Hi, my name is Lindsay Couch. I'm with Paul Mitchell Systems, and on behalf of Cosmoprof, I just want to thank everybody for sending me out today and watching this video at home. So, did you know 55% of the world's population has somewhat curly or wavy texture, and 98% of those people are looking for a frizz-free style today? So today I'm going to be going over our curl category from the Paul Mitchell line. What we're going to do, we're going to go over a shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, and 2 styling products. We're then going to do the Dominique haircut created by our own Robert Cromings. It's a triangle graduation haircut with a few disconnections. And then we're going to go over some styling techniques with our Paul Mitchell Neural Tools. So for me personally, I have built my retail goals and added a little extra money in my pocket with that Paul Mitchell curl category because I'm able to offer my guests in my chair different services with that curl category. So today, what I hope you get out of this class, we're going to boost up your retail numbers in your salon. 59% of women that have curly hair spend an average of $26 a month on retail. And then 75% of those women use at least 3 products a day on their curly hair. So after you leave this class today, you're going to be able to bump up your retail scores, get a little extra money in your pocket, and then with the Dominique haircut, you're going to be able to get a fast, easy haircut in your chair so you can get more guests sitting in your chair. So let's go ahead and get started with our model. So this is my beautiful model, Julie. We prepped her today using our Paul Mitchell. This is our spring-loaded frizz-fighting shampoo. What it's going to do, it's a 0 sulfate, 0 frizz shampoo. It is a rich lather that's gently going to cleanse those curls without roughing up that cuticle to fight frizz from the start. It's sulfate-free, so 100% sulfate-free, so it's a gentle wash that's going to tame those curls. It's also ultra-calming and 100% moisturizing for that hair. I then brought her back to my station and I applied a little bit of full circle leave-in treatment. What this is a frizz-free curl therapy. It's a lightweight curl conditioner treatment that hydrates, protects, and fights frizz in the hair. It's going to hydrate those thirsty curls and help protect it against damage. So we applied that all through her hair and then I sectioned her out. What I did, I sectioned from that apex down behind that ear, so we have that back section and the 2 fronts. And then in the 2 front sections, I sectioned out little disconnected pieces that are just going to give her something a little sassy, a little fun to play with. This Dominique haircut is actually done with our carving comb or our razor, whatever you prefer. I know a lot of my fellow stylists and a lot of my guests are actually a little bit afraid of the razor. They've had some bad experiences with it, but today I'll be showing you some good techniques to kind of get control of that hair and make it a really awesome soft look. I like to use the razor on my curly haircuts because if you really think about it, underneath a microscope, if you see that hair and if you cut it with a scissor, the end of that hair is going to have a blunt, straight edge. Now if I cut it with my razor, what I'm actually doing is kind of stroking that hair, and underneath the microscope it's going to have a pointed edge. So at the end of that look, it's going to have a really soft look. So what we start with, I'm going to turn her around here. And we have our sectioning in the back. I just sectioned out just a small little rectangle going down, and I'm keeping maximum tension on her cut. I need to keep in mind she does have curly hair, so it is going to spring up. So before I even cut it, I like to scrunch it a little bit and see how her wave is going to fall in there. So holding that straight down, combing that through, having maximum tension on that section. And I'm going to keep in mind, I want her length to fall about right there. So I'm going to keep my cut right down here because it's going to shrink up. Now holding my razor, I want to use my 100% cutting side. I'm going to hold it just like a pencil and do small strokes. Now I'm not going to be whacking at it and using any part of my arm. I'm only going to be using my wrist to get those small strokes in there. Also, when I do this, I'm going to keep in mind her hair texture. If I did larger strokes, it's going to create layering through there. I just want to keep her hair nice and graduated, so I'm going to do small strokes in this section. And I'm keeping a good stance, keeping my knees bent, and I just go right in and just stroke off that hair. And go go slow with it. You don't want to go too fast. If you go too fast, you're not going to get the right amount of tension on the hair. And if you need to go back in and get that tension, do that. But you can see when I'm done, I still have a nice straight line. If anything falls out, it is okay. You can go back in and refine and just take that off with that razor. Perfect. So now I'm going to move on to my right section in the back. And what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to pull it straight down and pull it slightly to that center. I'm going to curve my fingers so they keep that nice triangle shape and do the same thing. Just slide point down. Perfect. And I like to take my sections and just lift them up, making sure that nice graduated cut is in there. I'm going to move over to my left section. I'm going to turn a little this way so you all can see. Still keeping my fingers angled so I have that nice triangle shape. And cutting down. Now I'm going to check for balance on these two sides, make sure everything's nice and even before I move on. I'm going to refine a little bit on this corner right here. Perfect. And then, like I said, if anything's hanging out, just taking your carving comb and going back in and shaping it up. So now that I have this back done, I'm going to move on to the sides. So I have my one disconnection piece on this side. I'm just going to go and pull that out of the way. I'm going to take my comb on my carving comb and brush that section straight back, maintaining that triangle length in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to find my guide from that right back side, so you can see it right there. And I'm just going to take my carving comb, like holding it like a pencil, and just shave down. Perfect. And I am just shaping out that length, carving out that length in the front. Perfect. So I'm going to move on to my left side. I'll stand over here. And just keeping out those disconnections. And keeping perfect tension on that hair. And then finding my guide in there and then using that like a scissor and taking that length off. Perfect stuff. Just go in and check your shape, make sure everything's nice and perfect. Awesome. So you can see in the back, it has that nice graduated shape back there, right at that bottom. Like I said in the beginning, if I took larger strokes at the top, it would cause more layering up here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a slight fringe on her. So I'm going to turn her slightly to the front and just taking a slight triangle from her part. And what I just do with this, still using my carving comb as a scissor, just slightly carve down and take off that length. So it's just a nice side fringe, nothing too crazy. I'm going to use a guide that I took from the other side to create that fringe, taking that front hairline and just that front hairline because I don't want to disrupt our triangle shape in the front. This isn't a round haircut. And I'm going to use that guide and just slide cut down, creating some layers around her face. And that just creates a little bit of movement in the haircut. Sometimes with the triangle shaped haircuts, it can fall forward too much and be too much in the guest's face, so that just opens her up. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take down those disconnected sections. Perfect. So what I want to do with these disconnected sections, I don't want them to be too long, and it's really just up to you and what you want to do with your guests and what you want to do with their haircut. I still want them to look tasteful. I don't want them to be too long and kind of squid-like. So I'm just going to shape them up, but still keeping them disconnected. So you can see right there it is. I'm just going to take just about 1/2 inch off. And then I'm going to turn her this way, and you can see her disconnections right here. I'm just going to take just a little bit off. So they still are long in that haircut. You can still have a little bit of creativity with that curl. And that is our whole Dominique haircut. It's super fast. That took like 5 minutes. So I can easily get another guest in the salon. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to finish off and see if there's anything in that bottom length that I need to just get out of there. The cool thing about curly hair, what I like about cutting it, is that what you see is what you get. So I can just kind of scrunch her hair up and see how her curl is going to react with that. Perfect. So we're going to start by styling her out, and I'm going to use 2 different styling products on her today. The first one is going to be our Ultimate Wave, and this is our Beachy Texture Cream Gel. It forms, separates, and creates loads of texture in the hair, creating lots of bounce. And it gives it that nice, like, sexy, beachy, tousled wave look. It also has soothing and smoothing mushroom extract in it that is going to help fight the frizz. And then it has humidity resistant, so her hair is going to be perfectly imperfect and frizz-free all day long. I'm then going to use a little bit of our Twirl Around. So this is our Crunch-Free Curl Definer. It's a dual formula that is going to form and separate those ringlet curls. What I love about that dual formula, it's a cream and a gel. So it's going to keep those curls nice and hydrated and soft and touchable all day long because it is that crunch-free fixative inside. It's also going to maintain that shape of that curl, so it's going to bounce all day long. So I'm going to start out with our Ultimate Wave. And what you'll notice with these products, I don't use a lot. With that Ultimate Wave, I just want large pea size, rub it in my hands, and then I scrunch these products in. I don't want to run them through. I don't want to disrupt that curl at all. I love the Ultimate Wave on any of my guests that have curly or wavy hair. And it's probably one of my #1 take-home sales in the salon. I do want to say, Paul Mitchell, if your guest wants curly hair and they have naturally straight hair, or they want to maintain that curl even more, we do offer 3 different types of perms. We have acid, alkaline, and exothermic. So you can really customize those perms to your guests, so everybody can come to the curl side. So now that I have that Ultimate Wave in, I'm going to use some of the Twirl Around. Twirl Around, I only want just a little bit on my hands. Rub it in. That dual formula that's on the inside, you can see that cream and that gel that just mix together. It mixes together for you when you press down on that lid. What I also like to do with the Twirl Around, I like to take a few pieces and just twist them, and it just gives it that nice ringlet texture. And I'm going to focus that on those little disconnections down at the bottom. And I chose to do her disconnections down at the bottom because of the length that we started at. If you have a guest that has longer hair, you can also put your disconnections up at top just to give it a little bit of long layering. Perfect stuff. And I don't want to touch it too much, just to scrunch it a little bit, because the more that I touch it, the more that her hair is going to frizz up from the oils on my hand. So what I'm going to do now, I have chosen to use our Paul Mitchell Neuro Grip as our dryer. What I love about this dryer, it's part of our Neuro Tools line, so it's intelligent styling. It has a rubber coating on it, so it has a nice grip. As you can see, it doesn't have a handle on it, so it's perfect for professionals like us in the salons. It's a powerful dryer and lightweight. It's an 1875 DC motor inside, and it only weighs a pound, so it is very powerful for how much it weighs. It also has dual heat and dual speed settings. It has 3 heat settings, 3 speed settings, and then it also has a cool shot button on it. I love that for curly hair because I'm going to turn that heat all the way up and that speed all the way down so I don't disrupt her curls. What it also has, it has a collapsible diffuser, and I love that for her type of haircut because I can bend it just like this to get underneath that graduation. All of our Neuro dryers come with a collapsible diffuser and a directional nozzle. It's part of our Neuro Tools, like I said, and it has that Smart Sense technology. This one, it's an ergonomic dryer, that's what's special about it, but our other dryers have Smart Sense technology that you'll see on it a little LED indicator telling you when to change your filter and when to clean it out. So it's perfect for our guests at home. That's the #1 reason why dryers go bad, is because of a dirty filter. Also, the hot tools in that line, so the smoothing irons and the unclipped irons, have a little chip inside to check their heat 50 times per second. So they really are intelligent styling tools. They also all come with a 2-year warranty. So Paul Mitchell has guaranteed you this tool is going to last you for 2 years. They've drop tested it in different environments on all of our Neuro tools. So this is going to last you for 2 years or more. And then to dry her hair, I'm also using our Paul Mitchell Pro Stick. What this is, it's microbial stick, so it's easy to clean. I use it for foiling. I use it for sectioning off for haircuts. Today I'm using it on her to lift up her root area and lift up that base to get underneath, add in some height, and then it also allows me to get underneath there a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn that dryer down, turn that heat up, so that speed is down, that heat's up. I'm going to be lifting up her root and then bending it slightly to get underneath that graduation. Pinch her hair slightly. I'm not going in and grabbing it. Like I said before, the oil's on my hands and on anybody's hands. Tell your curly hair guesses. The more that you touch it and run through it, the oils on your hands are going to transfer through, and it's going to cause it to frizz out more. That's probably my favorite thing about curly hair, is you just leave it and let it be. You don't have to worry about it too much. You don't want to brush through it with a brush halfway through the day. It's so very simple. it is all dry and it is complete. So I'm going to turn her around so you can see the finished look. So that's it from the front. Has a nice little fringe, and then from the side it still has that nice triangle shape, a little bit of graduated in the back, longer in the front, and then in the back you can see it has that nice graduation back there. And with her haircut, I kept hers a little bit longer. We talked about her going to the beach, going to the lake. She can wear it curly and down, but sometimes you just want to throw it up, so we left her a little bit longer on her. I have my pre-done mannequin here, and as you can see, we have it much shorter for her in the back on our pre-done mannequin, but it still has that nice graduated shape, triangle on the front, and has those nice disconnections. So to finish off today, I'm going to do a little recap. We started out by prepping Miss Julie with our spring-loaded frizz fighting shampoo, and that is our shampoo that's going to deliver 0 sulfate, 0 frizz. It was really moisturizing on the hair. And then we did our full circle leave-in treatment. This is our frizz-free curl therapy, our leave-in curl conditioner that's not going to weigh down that hair, keep it light, keep it hydrated all day. And then we did our Dominique haircut. That's our graduated triangle haircut created by Robert Cromings, our global artistic director. Left out a few of those disconnections and used our carving comb. And we talked about with our carving comb, holding it just like a pencil and just lightly shaving down, not using any part of our arm, just only using our wrist and rounding it. Then we styled her out using our Ultimate Wave. This is our beachy wavy texture cream gel. It's going to hold her waves in all day, but also give that mushroom extract to really soothe and soften her hair and to help fight against frizz. It's also humidity resistant. And then we have our twirl around, and we finished off with that using it on her little disconnection pieces and using it to twirl around and scrunch in that hair. It's our crunch-free curl definer, so it's not going to leave her crunchy feeling all day. It's going to that cream and that gel that mixed together are going to keep her nice and hydrated and fight frizz. We then styled her out using our Neuro Grip. Our Neuro Grip is our ergonomic dryer from our Neuro line, the Intelligent Styling. It had that rubber coating on it, 1875 DC motor. Also comes with the collapsible diffuser that we use and the 2-year warranty that all of our Neuro tools have. And we lifted her with our microprobial. This is our Paul Mitchell Pro Stick. Lifted her hair to get underneath. So to finish off, I want to leave you all with a little bit of a challenge this week. I want you to pick 3 guests on your book this week that you're going to use at least 2 of these products on. My favorites to mix are the Ultimate Wave and the Full Circle Leave-In Treatment. I love those for any of my guests that want to have that nice beachy texture but still feel hydrated throughout the day. Also, I want you to pick 1 guest this month that you're going to try that Dominique haircut on, and you're going to use your razor or carving comb with that and use some of those techniques that I taught you with just lightly stroking the hair and only using your wrist with that. So to finish off today, I just want to leave you all with a little bit of advice, and that is knowledge is power. So hopefully you have the knowledge today to go through and power through some curly hair. Thank you so much.